You know what's good, YouTube? Kratoctavio here, back again once again, and welcome to Kratos Doesn't Understand YouTube. Well, what's going to be happening is, right now, I'm doing some post-commentary on the episode that you're seeing right now, and the reason for that is because I was stupid and kind of forgot to, what happened was, if you have this microphone slightly turned away from you and facing more towards the wall over there, I know you don't know how my house looks, but there's a wall over to my right side. It's a good little way away, but if it's facing towards there, or if it's facing the wall to my left, and not facing me as it is now, then the audio gets completely messed up and it's and that just sounds awful, and I'm not going to do that because, yes, I fixed it about halfway through the video, but I'm not going to be bothered to go back and actually watch it and see exactly at what time I fixed it, so forgive me. But the reason I'm actually going to do the post-commentary is, one, I don't redo episodes anymore on Nuzlocke videos. The reason for that is because I consider that cheating, and if anything happened, then that's going to not be fair. And plus, I've kind of got to the point where I just want to get to the next part in this series, which is going to be the Kanto part of it. And so redoing an episode would kind of be pointless. But you may have noticed that right there, I was kind of just wondering about, trying to find out where I was supposed to go. But the reason for that is because right before I recorded this episode, what happened was, I was in the middle of recording the episode. I was at the part where I was giving a team preview. I'll acknowledge the part where I didn't give a team preview. And what happened for that is, I was on a showdown in a private server. Someone decided to be drunk. They were already drunk. They've already admitted it, so yeah, but either way. So what happened was, they're like, Kratoctavio, your name looks like a character from My Little Pony. One, I don't care about that show. I don't care if you care about that show. Just not my thing. And apparently, somehow Kratoctavio sounds like a pony name? I mean, if you name a pony after me, then thanks. I mean, it'd be a little crazy that you named an animal after me, but I'll take it. I mean, I'm not gonna, like, say, no, name it something else. That's not me. I'm not that type of person to say that. And so that's why I didn't do the team preview, because I was slightly annoyed, and I said, I'll just come back to it later. But I kind of didn't, except for one little thing. I'm not gonna say what that little thing was, but I'm gonna acknowledge that there was a bit of a little thing that happened. You'll see what happens. It's gonna be later on in the episode, but it's gonna happen still. But right now, what we're doing is we're actually finishing up the Team Rocket part of the game. I believe it's the whole Team Rocket part, because I don't know anything about the not Johto. I keep wanting to call Kanto Johto, and I know they're not the same thing, but I always want to call Kanto Johto, and I always want to call Johto Kanto. I don't know why. It probably has to do with the fact that Silver was my first ever game, and the first region is Kanto. I had to pause there for a second because I was trying to think which one it actually was. But yeah, that kind of happens, and it's a little weird for me to do post-commentary because I don't normally pay attention to my own layout because I don't see it until I'm in editing. But it's really nice. I mean, I really like this layout a lot. You're not going to be able to see my mouse on the screen because I have this recording just a random part of Camtasia. But the Suicune in the top right hand corner underneath Crystal Ashlocke, I love that. I love the little Caterpie down in the corner by my feet, which is fantastic. If I had to make a nitpick, and it's a very tiny nitpick if I have to say so myself, but it does fill in some nice space, is I don't care to have my name underneath it. I mean, it's okay. And yes, I realized I had the badges on the side before, but I'm not gonna complain. Again, Chill the Beast is amazing for doing this. He's unbelievably awesome. The fact that someone would go out of their way to do that is just thank you. I know I've told you thank you so many times, but again, thank you. And nah, I don't need to talk about that. That's irrelevant. I was going to talk about a couple things outside of this, but things have been weird today. Things started off with a giant fight. Oh, today was not a happy start to the day. Everything was just, yeah, let's all fight because why not? Admittedly, my fault. Admittedly, it was my fault. I tried to fix everything, but everyone else was blaming themselves, and I just wanted to take the blame, be the fall guy, be the scapegoat, because that's what I usually do, and it's fine. But that's in the past. We've worked it out. Everything's perfect now. And, well, things are gonna work. Just, things are gonna work. Oh, sorry about that. I had a bit of a yawn. Don't know what the yawn was about, but right now, we're just gonna go ahead and try to take out this Vileplume with a Stomp. It does absolutely next to nothing while he goes for the Acid. It is slowly wearing us down. I don't know why we don't just go for the Confusion. I mean, it seems like the obvious play, but no, let's just go for a Stomp, even though we have a super effective move. This is the reason I don't like to watch my stuff back. I make sure the audio is good and all of that, but I don't really, like, okay, let's watch this. I don't do that. I mean, I know there are probably some YouTubers that do, but oh, I thought that said Inception feint. I was like, what? When did that happen? But it was just paralyzed. I know some YouTubers do watch back their stuff to make sure that it's good quality, and trust me, I want to make my stuff good quality, but at the same time, I don't watch my stuff back all the way through because I honestly feel like it is good as it is. So, and plus, I'm not going to redo an episode. Like, if I was doing, like, edited stuff and was doing, like, a non-Nuzlocke and all that, then I would definitely go back and watch it, and if I didn't like the episode, I would just scrap it, redo the video, or do a different game completely. Which is something I'm actually kind of considering doing, like starting up a second channel, since this is easy for me to do, and I have plenty of actually, I wouldn't say plenty of free time, but I do have some free time in my hand. I'm not going to act like I don't. I may end up starting up a second channel for non-Pokemon games. One game that came out, well, is coming out. Oh, it's 158/11/4/2014. November the 4th, 2014, I should just say, not 11/4/2014. Yeah. Is a Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Yeah, that's out now. I don't own it. I mean, I'm going to eventually. I'm going to be a sad panda. This panda is going to be very sad because he won't own the best game that he wants. I am in love with the Binding of Isaac. I've done challenge runs after challenge run after challenge run on the game in all kinds of different ways. But, kind of... Why do I yawn every time I do post-commentary? Don't you dare turn off screen. I know you didn't see that because I've had to do this before when I actually caught the Pokemon that I am using right now on screen. Perry the Kingdra. Fantastic Pokemon. Oh, I love Kingdra. Kingdra is easily my favorite member on this team. I mean, I like Electrode. He's probably our weakest member on the team. Dragonair just needs to evolve. When Dragonair evolves, it's going to be the best member on the team through and through, no matter what. Pompey's actually got some very good diversity in him. Yes, he only has 2 different types of moves, but at the same time, he does do a lot of different things. He can put Pokemon to sleep with Hypnosis. He can take them out with a... Pretty much, if he lands an Egg Bomb, you are dead unless you are Rock or Steel type, because Egg Bomb is surprisingly powerful. I'm not actually sure how powerful it is, but it's still extremely powerful. And yes, I'm not even acknowledging the fact that Perry just lived that with 7 HP. 2 videos in a row, by the way, in which at the end of the battle, someone on our team had 10 HP. Yesterday, it was Pompey living a critical hit, self-destruct by coughing. And then today, it was Perry with me being stupid. So, what was up with the lag there? It was just like, step, step, step. It's strange. I don't know. I'm not going to play drums on my desk. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Oh yeah, then we have Jimmy the Quilava, who... Jimmy is cool. I mean, I really like Typhlosion. I just want him to evolve already, and I know he's so close. Before we take on Claire, hopefully, not going to make any promises. I know I probably already have before, but I'm going to try to get Quilava evolved into a Typhlosion. I know he's not going to be really that useful in the gym, but still, I want a Typhlosion. Typhlosion is really nice. In my opinion, in competitive battling at least, Typhlosion is the second best second gen starter. The best one is for Alligator, and Meganium is kind of awful. I like Meganium, but it's a pretty awful Pokemon. For Alligator, you set up a Sword Stance and you just waterfall through their team with a Life Orb, and you basically guarantee a win. Choice Scarf Eruption from a Typhlosion is powerful. Choice Scarf Modest, Choice Scarf Jolly, Choice Specs Modest, or... Usually, I go Specs Jolly or Scarf Modest. I'm not actually sure which one would give me more power. I'm pretty sure that, Specs Jolly would give me more power. Yeah, it is that way because you get a 1.1 times boost to that stat that's getting boosted thanks to your nature, and you're getting a 1.5 boost thanks to the choice item, which actually makes sense because yeah, Assault Vest is 1.5, so that's actually making sense. Yeah, my brain just kind of like, wait, does that? Yeah, that makes sense. But because we don't have any repels, we keep on running into Pokemon here, and I was absolutely terrified right here. I was thinking, okay, I can get away from this. This is fine. I'm a level 33 Inception. I can't escape. Thankfully, the Furret just goes for Defense Girl, and we get away right here. That's what scared me. You may be wondering why I didn't heal up. Come on, me. Get in the building. Why I didn't heal up back in Goldenrod City? Well, the reason for that is I just wanted to get to here and see what ended up replacing the Suicune. Because if Suicune is going to be replaced, it better be by something good, because Suicune is my second favorite Pokemon. And the fact that both my favorite Pokemon, little Caterpie, actually Butterfree is probably my favorite. Caterpie's third. My favorite is Butterfree, my second favorite is Suicune, and my third favorite is Caterpie. If only there was a Butterfree on the screen. Look at this layout. If, and this is a big if, I had to make any kind of complaint about it, it's the random Pokeball right here. I mean, it looks nice, it just kind of feels out of place, really. Like, what I would have probably done was, I would have probably just put the exact same Suicune that he has on the right side, on the left side, facing each other, kind of running towards each other, but I don't know. But this sucks. I'm just gonna say that. What these guys have is, they all have a Noctowl in one of the first 3 evolutions. You may be thinking, okay, that's fine. But let's just watch. let's just watch what's going to happen. First one's going to go ahead and lead off with the Noctowl. Like I said, Noctowl was surprisingly specially bulky. I did not actually know that. But I knew he was going to lead off with a Noctowl. I remember these guys. So I decided to keep Inception out front and start stacking up on the rollouts. Because if I can get a couple of rollouts going, no matter what he sends out as his evolution, I didn't know which evolution each of them had. I knew it would be enough to take him out. So I have my second one up here. The Noctowl thankfully misses Hypnosis a turn back. And one more rollout will be enough to actually take out the Noctowl. I'm at +4. This is my 4th rollout now. He sends in... Well, actually, no. We're going to try to learn Light Screen. I'm not that type of person that has set up a Light Screen, especially with something like Inception. Inception is the frailest member on our team. He's just incredibly fast. And how many times do you see an Electrode used? I mean, really, how many times do you get to see Electrode used in an LP? I don't think I've ever actually have. I mean, if I could kind of change his name now, I would flip the letters upside down, so... Like, what would Inception be upside down? It would still be... It would be I-D... No, I-U... Like a half of a B. A backwards E. A backwards P. A T... I-O-N. So, very few letters would actually change, but either way. It kind of reminds me of a book that people, that you can blame the whole, oh, Illuminati is real type of crap on, is the books by Dan Brown. The Angels and Demons and Da Vinci Code. I actually very much enjoy those books. Yeah, they were definitely confusing the first time I read them, but at the same time, they were actually very good books to me. At the moment that can I not do this? I'm sorry, people. I am really, truly sorry about that. I don't know why every time I do post commentary, I'm just like, but I decided to actually go out to Lance and try to go for a surf here on the Noctowl. Not actually thinking that this thing was a special monster, as you just see right there. And he sets up a Reflect. So both his defense and special defense is sky high right now. And that made me think to myself, okay, why isn't Noctowl used that much? But then I realized, yeah, Noctowl's kind of an awful Pokemon. Get this, in 2nd gen, he doesn't even get Psychic. Go look that up. Go look that up on Bulbapedia if you don't believe me, or Smogon if you want. Because, I was watching someone that did a Nuzlocke on Pokemon Stadium 2. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange concept how they did it, but it's actually very good. I recommend that you just Google that and you'll see who I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention their name because I've mentioned them in the past, and, well, they know. They don't know. But you know that they are a big inspiration to me for starting YouTube as a Pokemon YouTuber. I don't like the term PokeTuber. PokeTuber just sounds kind of eh. You poke a tuber. What is a tuber? Oh, I know what a tuber is. It's one of those people that swim with tubes in the sea. So you poke one of them. I'm just poking people. This is not Facebook. I don't like Facebook. But Jolteon, I didn't think was going to be that bulky. So I decided to go ahead and keep Lance out, even though I knew he was going to actually be able to do some damage to us. Really, me? Can you not yawn every single time? But thankfully the crit does bring him down to half. But I knew unless I got another crit here, I was not going to be able to take it out with another Surf. Which is really surprising to me. Because I thought that Lance would be able to take him out, but not really. It brings him down to the red, but the double kick keep on stacking up and it keeps on. Double kick gets us down to 32 HP left, and it's a bit too close for comfort to me. But we do end up taking out the Jolteon, which is good. So 2 of the 3 old men are now down and out. Sage Masa. I didn't care about the text in this. I kind of mentioned at this point that there are 3 games that I'm going to be really reading the text. Well, 1 game I'm definitely going to be reading the text on. And that's going to be the project that we do after we finish Emerald, Platinum, Black, and Black 2. And then we do my first big project. Then my second semi-big project. It's not going to be as big in my opinion. And then we have one more huge project. It's the game that I've mentioned that I've played a lot of recently, and it's a game that I very much enjoy. But that's going to be a while down the road. I have no idea how long that's going to take me. I have Camtasia permanently now. Once I start finding me a job, which, again, awesome people, neighbors, people, things, yeah, are trying to help me with that, I'm going to be able to afford Photoshop on my own, and I'm not going to need a chill to actually make me layouts. He already knows I appreciate it, and I've already told him that I'm not going to have him do them forever. It's just until I can actually get some money coming in. But he said that he wanted to do it, so I'm not going to pass up. I mean, are you really going to pass up on someone being that amazing to you? But yeah, either way, we don't take out the Not Towel there, but with one more strength, we are able to take him out. And this happens. We gain 555 experience on both Jimmy and someone else, and he sends him Vaporeon. I did not know who to go out to. I was thinking, okay, he probably is going to have a Roar Beam or Ice Beam. So he goes ahead. Well, we sit here for a moment. He goes ahead and sends in his Vaporeon, as we're going to go ahead and send in our Pompey. It's grass on water. It's basic typings. It's starter typings. I should know this. Okay, it goes for the bite. I was thinking, maybe that shouldn't do too much. It does a bit more than I'm happy with. The Egg Bomb misses. I could live one more unless it's a crit. And it's a crit. We lost Pompey. We just lost Pompey. Yeah. That's why I didn't want to redo this episode. That moment right there is why I did not want to redo this video. I'm not going to cheat. So, I just said, fuck it, let's go to Parry. And let's just try to kill this thing. We get the paralyzation with the Dragon Breath, which is really nice. Because I was a little pissed right here, I was just going to try to paraflinch this thing to death. But he was actually smart and decided to go for a quick attack. So the Twister doesn't even matter. He's eating up. He's going to eat it up far too nicely. I'm going to put these down because I'm playing with those. So I just said, screw it. Let's go for a Dragon Breath instead. As he's just going to go for another quick attack. If you're not going to comply with my strategy of torturing you to death, Vaporeon, I'm just going to shoot you in the face. But yes, unfortunately, Pompey is done. We lost Pompey. Thankfully, though, we do have an answer. We do have an answer to losing Pompey, which you're also going to see in this video. It's another reason I wanted to keep this video going and not cheat, because one, I'm not a cheater and all that, but still. But we end up beating him. We end up beating the Vaporeon, and unfortunately we lose our Pompey because of it. Right here, I was upset, and I was going on some kind of stupid rant about Little Mermaid. Actually, I do have a problem with Little Mermaid that I'm going to talk about real quick as we do head back down these steps. My problem with Little Mermaid is this. It's a Disney movie. Yes, I think we can all agree on that because it's a fact. But Disney movies, especially when this one came out, were all about teaching lessons and trying to make children feel all special and yeah, I kid. Here's my problem though. Ariel doesn't teach a lesson at all. what she does is, I want something. I want to have a boyfriend. Where's my boyfriend? Ah. I mean, yeah, the father was a bit of a prick, but he's protective. Like, you have to kind of expect that. And especially in a kid's movie, the parents are going to be overly protective. But here's the thing that I don't like. Is the fact that she gets what she wants. I mean, that's nice. That's a good little ending. Problem is, it's pretty much one of the first things that happens. And then, she doesn't really learn a lesson. I mean, she apologizes, but I don't really see her meaning it. But, as you can see, our Evergreen, I will let you go ahead and guess what that Pokemon could be. Think about it in your head and think, okay, what would Kratos name Evergreen? Think out of all of the Pokemon in 1st and 2nd gen, what would I name Evergreen? You'll see in a moment, but as you can see, he gained 26 levels. So he is now level 31. So, keep that in mind. I kind of wish that what I was doing here was I thought that move Pokemon without Mel option said move Pokemon without items, and I thought I could just put the Pokemon in there by taking its item off, but no. That's actually a very good idea that they should implement, in my opinion. Having an option where you can stop yawning when you try to make videos, and also where you can take off items on Pokemon whenever you try to deposit them. Sorry about that, my ear was just kind of, I'm getting kind of sick. It's this time of year. It's probably an ear infection, but whatever. But yeah, deposit Pokemon when you don't deposit Pokemon and you can take their items off automatically and you don't have to do it manually. But let's go ahead and look at our newest member on the team, Evergreen. Level 31, Celebi. Celebi, buddy. I have a feeling some of you are going to be upset about this. Especially because I have a Kingdra, a Dragonair, and a Celebi. I mean, really? I have all 3 of those on one team and a starter? I mean, I kind of got greedy. But, I don't actually agree with that. I don't think I got greedy. I think I saw an opportunity. I took it. I'm not going to use bad Pokemon just so it can be more of a challenge. Because, as I've mentioned in the past, I actually know what the Dratini that you normally would get is going to be replaced to. I'm not going to say what, just as I never mentioned Evergreen. But, when we get it, you'll see. I'm going to have to look at its level because I'm already actually considering putting it on the team. It is a perfect replacement for someone already. But we're going to go ahead and look over. We got Evergreen and Celebi with Heal Bell, Safeguard, Ancient Power, and Future Sight. Fortunately, Future Sight is kind of booty. I don't ever see people running Future Sight because it's an awful move and that should never be used. But, either way, we get out of there once we go over our newest member on the team, Evergreen. And I'm really liking Evergreen. Evergreen's sprite is just, well, not really sprite, but picture that I'm using, it's just so wonderful. I love it. But we actually do get in our first battle with Evergreen, and it's against a Grimer. You would think, okay, I have this one. It's level 14 versus level 31. So instead, what I tried to do was I tried to switch Future Sight to the second move, but instead I accidentally go for Safeguard because I'm smart. I'm a really smart child sometimes. Pat me on the head because I'm a genius. Please don't pat me. There are very few people that I allow to pat me because I find it very demeaning, but I'm just whatever to some of them because of life and words. But, yeah. So, Evergreen is good. I'm not even going to deny it. It's a Celebi. 2 times in a row, 2 LPs in a row, we've had legendaries. First time in Yellow, it was a Mewtwo. This time, it was a Celebi. I believe, for some reason, Mew is the end of the Kanto Pokédex, which is strange. I would think Mewtwo would be it, because it's the second one. Just a thought, just throwing out thoughts here. And then we have the final Pokemon in the Johto Pokédex. 251 and 150. So next time we're going to get Pokemon 352. So what is that going to be? I actually do not know what Pokemon 352 is off of the top of my head. I could go look that up real quick. But either way, Raikou to our left. Entei to our right. And Suicune. What does Suicune turn out to be? Suicune is a Ponyta. Yep. Suicune's a Ponyta. I mean, Evergreen's not a really good matchup because we're 10 levels under. So I decided to go to my perfect fire counter, my Parry, because he 4 times resists fire moves. So, he does end up going for Stomp here, which does about 19. I don't know why he would not go for the Ember, but goes for the Ember on Parry instead, which does a measly 3 damage. So, yeah. Well, we end up taking out the Ponyta with 1 Surf. I know that hasn't happened on screen yet, but you really think a Ponyta is going to live a Surf from a Kingdra? You're crazy if you think that's going to happen. But Yucine and the 3 old men are actually going to come in here. They're going to speak to us. I don't care. 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 I will come back to Johto one day, I promise. It's going to be a bit, but I will come back here. I like Johto. Johto is actually a very fun region for me. But we end up getting out of there as we hop on our bike, and we're going to go ahead and head back to Pokemon Center. As I was doing here, I'm going to actually go ahead and sign off. Hope this video actually worked out. So I've been Kratoctavio. You've been watching. If you enjoyed my post commentary, if you evilly enjoyed the loss of Pompeii, or if you enjoyed the joining of Evergreen to the team, smash that like button, subscribe, come back tomorrow for our next part of this, in which we will be taking on the Ice Path.